Good evening, everyone. This is Rick Avery with the sports affiliation with Friday Night Draft Fights. I have my guest, Gary Haddow, otherwise known as Scott Fishbowl 9 winner. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. I'm
Yeah,
excited, even though I just learned you're 3-0.
yep. And I'm just about to go over these scores here. I played Joe Carlton, who you just met, Gary, and I won 147.44 to 111.12. With my team of Dak Prescott, Kenneth Walker, Jordan Mason, Quentin Johnston, Troy Franklin, Jamar Chase, Jake Ferguson, Christian McCaffrey, and the Steelers defense. It was great watching the Steelers get as many turnovers on those Patriots.
It's crazy to think that those two Ramondre fumbles, or at least that one that was on the goal line, like that entire game shifts, entire roles shift, and the outcome of like your score here and there. I don't know. So much changes with that one fumble.
Mm-hmm. For sure. It was kind of like the Seahawks and Steelers game a couple weeks ago, where that Caleb Johnson
Yeah.
kick return just shifted the entire game.
And everyone learned a new rule.
Yeah. All right. So before we get drafting, do you want to tell us a little bit about the charity you're playing for this evening?
Yeah, sure. So it's Working Dogs for Warriors. So pretty much it's just a nonprofit that helps with getting support dogs, support animals for veterans. And, all of us have veterans in our lives. My girlfriend is an academic counselor for veterans at the local community college here, and just actually had them in to kind of work with the vets. And they're just an amazing organization. I mean, there's so many organizations out there that do this type of stuff with support animals for vets. Doesn't have to be this one, but any of them, if anyone wants to donate to those, I highly recommend it. They just do such amazing work. So
Yep, and we do have a link here on the screen if you do wish to donate to Working Dogs for Warriors. Um, and I hope you win this week so I can donate to them. So we did go ahead and flip a coin backstage, and Gary, you won the first pick of this. So who would you like to take first?
I got to go with like the most rock solid fantasy player that there is right now, and that's Puka. So
Oh,
trying to
thank
get a game
goodness.
that has a high over under. I think this is going to be. I just got to say that the Colts. I'm a big believer in them, and Colts Rams. Even though I'm a Niners fan, is going to be probably one of my most looked forward to games on the slate.
Yeah, and it's got a pretty high over under or implied total for the game as
Yeah.
well. So, well, Gary, I like inflicting pain when I play in these, and I know you're a 49ers. So we're to go with Christian McCaffrey with my first pick against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Anytime he's on the ball or anytime he's on the field, he's getting the ball. Plus, Brock Purdy's coming back. So, and he's playing the Jaguars defense. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a lot of points out of him this week.
Think he's going to be awesome. It'll be interesting to see how that Jags D does, since they've been so rock solid so far, but they've played kind of three whatever teams with their QB situations and whatnot. So hopefully the Niners will pull it out and Brock's playing. So
Yeah.
it's so funny doing the back and forth picking players like in a draft order
Mm-hmm.
format. You go twice now, right?
No, we're just gonna switch back and
Oh,
forth.
okay. Okay. Um, because I'm trying to figure out like who do I want the most. So we'll go to running back since you just did two, and I'm going to go with James Cook.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just feel like this is one of those. He's going to run it a ton of times, and he's crushing it right now. Might not have the highest receiving profile in a game like this, but it's probably one of the highest locks for a touchdown this week.
Yeah, and the Bills also have the highest implied total just by a single
Yep.
team of 31.5 points.
Hmm.
So if James Cook is on the field, he's probably going to get a ball a lot. As long as Josh Allen doesn't run him in or throw a lot of touchdowns, James Cook should be getting the ball a lot. And as long as they're up by a decent amount, he should be on the field the entire game as well.
Yep.
All right. So I got Christian McCaffrey with my first pick. I'm going to go with another running back. I'm going to go with Amarian Hampton against the New York Giants. Last week, Najee Harris tore his Achilles. And then at that point, Hampton just he just became the bell cow back, got 7 targets on 19 rushes, 26 total touches. So I will gladly take him.
I'm glad that you did because I really wanted him, and I've just been like playing around with lineups all day, and I settled on one that didn't have him, and that's because I'm going to go with quarterback right now and go with the MVP front runner, not named Josh Allen or Lamar, and I'm going to go with Justin Herbert in that same game.
Nice leverage opportunity.
Yep.
So if Hampton doesn't get it, you got Herbert. All righty. So let's see here. Should probably go receiver. Since you took Nakua. I'll go with a value pick for this one. We'll go with Trey Tucker.
Interesting.
At $4,200. Last 3 weeks, he's received 20 targets. He's playing a bad Chicago defense. He scored, let's see here, 3 touchdowns last week against Washington over the top, and I think he will crush Chicago this week. You're up.
I love it. Yet again, I'm going to go with the same game then. I'm going to go wide receiver and go Roma Dunze. I mean, he's crushing it right now. And like you said, high over under, 2 defenses that I actually think that the Raiders defense isn't terrible, but they're better up front than they are in the back. So let's go with the Dunze.
All righty. Dunze. So this pick's kind of iffy just because their defense is so good, but they are one of the best offenses in football. So I'm going to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown as my second receiver at $7,300. He's got 19 targets the last 2 games, and they're at home, so I'm going to go ahead and take them.
You have bigger cojones than I do. I will say I'm nervous that this is going to be a game where Goff gets rattled. I think that the Browns line is going to be pretty darn stacked against them. And once you can get at Goff, you can throw him off his game. However, they're at home and Goff's so good at home. But yet again, another one. I'm going to go with the same game. I'm going to actually take Quinshon Judkins. The dude is just playing lights out, and they're just going to run. So let's go with Judkins against the Lions and just hope that I'm not being overly optimistic given what he did against the against the Packers last week.
All right, good pick. Let's see here. I go quarterback. I go receiver. I can go tight end or defense. Let's see here. Who do I go with? You got Herbert. We'll go with a quarterback with my next pick. I'm going to go with I was off this team last week when I picked the Steelers defense, but I'm going to go with Drake May as my quarterback for $5,500. At that price tag, I believe, where is his points? He's gotten 21, 26, and 16 points on DraftKings. So at $5,500, I think will exceed that value. So I'm good there.
All right. Well, you had your Trey Tucker who went off last week. And since you took Drake May, I'm going to go with my cheapest skill player on my build, and that's going to be Hunter Henry at tight end. I just don't know who else they're going to throw to. They spread the ball, and I just think Henry is, at least he's going to be a lock to get a solid amount of targets, but we'll see.
You're just leveraging all my plays.
I wish I could say I'm being responsive. These are all the guys that I just hoped I would be getting.
All right, let's see here. All right. I don't normally do this, but I have Trey Tucker. So I gonna go with Jacoby Myers with
Doubling up.
my next pick. I'm gonna double up on the Raiders. Combined last week, Tucker and Myers combined for 52 total DraftKings points. Before that, Myers had 12 and Tucker had 4, so 16, 17 points. So I'm just going to build a little combo pack with Tucker and Myers against the Bears.
I love it. All right, I'm going to roll the dice here, and it's very tough to do because who's Justin Herbert's number one? We don't really know, but I believe last week you also had him. So I'm going to go with Huge and get Quentin Johnston and just hope that he keeps rolling. 19th overall pick. He's finally showing some first round pedigree. So let's see if he can do it against the Giants.
All righty. Good pick. All right. Now I just need a tight end. We're going to go defense here. I'm going to go with one of the cheapest defenses on this slate. And that's because I don't believe in the Texans offense. We're going to go with the Titans defense.
You just took him.
I'm sorry?
You just took who I wanted.
The Titans defense, they look good in the first half in most games. So if you're like betting a game with the Titans in it, like first half spread would be perfect because they're usually in it for the first half. But I think with the Texans' bad O-line, I'm going to go ahead and think the Titans are going to get some pressure on Stroud, and he's going to make some bad decisions. So we're going to go Titans defense.
That threw me off a whole bunch. Now I got to debate between two. I got to pick my defense first because that's going to like dictate who I take at flex. So, man, I really didn't want to do that. All right. I'm going to shoot myself in the foot and go for the insanely high upside play here. I can't believe I wanted Titans. Like the 2,300 was perfect. I don't really want to go a spend above that because it's going to take me too long to scroll through flexes to figure out. So I'm going to go with the Browns and just see if they can rattle Goff. If they can get some turnovers, that'll be good for Judkins. I have no idea if this is going to be a terrible thing, but I think they're pretty fired up right now. So we'll see.
Good pick. You got you're pairing the defense with Judkins, so yeah, makes total sense. All right, so you have 5,200 left. Do you just want to take your flex, or do you?
You can go. You can go first.
Let's see. Who do I want at tight end? I have 5,450 left. Let's see. 5,450. I have to do some math here. 46. We'll go with you got Nakua. I'll get a piece of that game. I'll go with Ty Warren with my tight end pick. He's gotten 21 targets in the 3 games, and with it being one of the highest scoring games of the slate, I want a piece of that action, so I'm going to go ahead and take Ty Warren. Oops.
And it made me nervous. Made me nervous with that buildup because my plan has been all along to take another piece of that game. But because I took the Browns, I'm like, man, do I want to take Henderson with the Patriots? But I think I'm going to stick with Indy Rams. I'm going to go with Michael Pittman. Let's go with Pity City. And hopefully that'll balance out with Nakua, and they'll just kind of start racking up some points.
Good pick. So your team consists of Justin Herbert, James Cook, what's his first name? Quinton Junctions, yeah. Puka Nakua, Roma Dunze, Quentin Johnston, Hunter Henry, Michael Pittman Jr., and the Browns defense. Solid team. And I got a flex. Let's see. 63. So you were leveraging me earlier with Hampton and I picked Hampton. You picked Herbert. So I'm going to do the same, but I think I'm going to go with Kyron let's see. So 6,300. Kyron Williams with my last pick. We're going to go ahead and leverage your Puka Nakua pick with Kyron. Get a little game stack going with Warren and Kyron. He got 94 yards last game against Philadelphia. So my team consists of Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, Marion Hampton, Trey Tucker, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jacoby Myers, Tyler Warren, Kyron Williams, and the Titans defense.
I love it. And may you trust.
Yeah. I'm resting my team on Drake May this week.
I mean, at least it's against Carolina, and I'm going to guess that the Falcons was more of a fluke game, and them on the road is going to be much more like the other two. And Drake May, not quite a revenge game, but he's from North Carolina, right?
Yeah. Or at least went to school there.
That's true. Went to school there. You're right.
All right. So that consists of the draft this evening. Gary, do you have anything you would like to promote or plug?
No, I thank you for having me on, though. I mean, again, just if you haven't looked into it, check out any of your local organizations that provide support dogs for vets. Always such a great organization wherever they are. In this case, if you're in Southern California, this is workingdogsforwarriors.com. Awesome.
And again, I forgot to mention the charity I'm playing for. I'm playing for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. It's a amazing charity that does well in need of crisis and suicide prevention. So go check them out. And the link is on the thingy-mabobber there. I can't even think of the banner.
We'll go with the scrolling banner.
The scrolling banner. And please donate to them. And next week, I will have JD, Draft Room Baller on Twitter, joining me next week. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe if you like this type of content. And I hope you all have a great night.